In this video, we will see how we can configure approval process configuration using Microsoft Power Automate. Microsoft Power Automate is very useful for creating integration projects. Like if you want to pull data, if you want to use some external server data, external application data in your application, you can use your Microsoft Power Automate. But there is another important benefit of using Microsoft Power Automate is we can create on the go approval process by which we can implement that approval process in any application irrespective of whether it is Microsoft Office or whether it is SharePoint or it is Dynamics. We can implement the configuration, right? Approximately all applications in the world require some approval process some way, right? So today we will see that how we can configure approval process for SharePoint list using Power Automate. Before I will start, I will tell you that please subscribe this channel and also click the bell icon so that whenever I will upload any video regarding Dynamics 365 or Microsoft Power Platform, then you will get notified at the first stage so that you can watch it. Okay, so let's get started, and it is for the beginner course. So anyone who are interested to understand what is approval process, this is for them, right? So let us get started. So this is my SharePoint site, and I have created a site called as project repository. Here I want to create a new list first. Before going to Power Automate, I will create a list in SharePoint so that I can use that list to take part in approval process, right? So once I have clicked this list item, I have to I have to give the name of the design and the description. So it is loading. We have to give the details about the list. List item is a control in SharePoint by which we can create a database like structure so that we can store list items, right? So here let me click blank list, and I will give the list name as project info, and description, let me give that this list is used for storing project submissions. Now I will just click on create. As soon as I will click create, the list will be displayed in front of me, where I can add columns to that list. When I am saying it is a list, we can create multiple columns so that columns will be added to a list item. If it is a project, I can add columns like project name, project title, project costing, and start date, end date. And as I want to take this list item to be used in our approval process, that's why I have to add some approval status column. Okay, here you can see only title and add column appears here. So I want some more columns, like I want to change this, right? So I can click here so that I can change it. If you click this, so if you want to add more column, click on this add column here so that you can add new columns to that list. When you click add column, it is asking that what type of column you want to declare, right? Use. I want single line of text, so I can click that. Now I can give the column name here. Let's say project title and project project description, and here I will click save. Now the project description column will be added to this list. Now here I want to add another column which is of type currency, and in the currency it should be the name of the column is cost. Okay, and the currency will be automatic, and click save. Right, now I will take another column to store the approval status, right? So I will take another option called as choice, which will decide that what is the status. So I can take that approval status as name of the column, and here I want to choose choice, and I will add choices click on this add choice, and here I will type pending for approval. Okay, I will add another choice, approved, and I will add another choice, rejected. Okay, now once it is done, so if you want to set the default value, you can click here and click pending for approval. So my intention is, as soon as a record or list item gets created in the SharePoint, the approval flow should trigger. Okay, now click save. Now my list has been created as per my intention. Now let me create a new record here, new list item. So here it will display what title, what project description, and cost and approval status should be. So let me give a title here. Uh, let's say insurance project, and description like this is an insurance project, and costing I will give 2000. Okay. I will save it. You can attach any document if you want, otherwise. So see, the approval status automatically defaulted as pending for approval, but you can change it. But when you save it, it will automatically display the item here in the list. Now there is no logic running behind this record item creation, because we have not yet created any approval flow, right? My intention is, as soon as this record is created with pending for approval, a approval process will trigger, which will send an email to a corresponding authorized approver, so that he will take this record details and review that and approve or reject this. Okay, so to do that, we have to go to Microsoft Power Automate. This is the main thing now, because we have created the SharePoint list item already. Now I will go to here and start creating the flow. First of all, you have to go to create, and as we want to trigger this Microsoft Power Automate approval flow according to the event list item create event, so we have to choose automated cloud flow. So choose this automated cloud flow, click on this. So as soon as we click this, the prompt will appear here. Here you can give the name and you can choose your trigger here. Let me give a name that approval for project, and here I will choose a trigger called as SharePoint when an item is created, because I want to run my approval flow as soon as an item has been pushed in my SharePoint list, right? Now here the trigger is ready for me. I want to choose now the site address, right? If you click this drop down, you have to it will display the site address here. If it will not display, click on enter custom value, go to your SharePoint and copy your site up to your site name, right? Now copy this and go here and paste here, right? As soon as you paste, if you click the list name drop down, you will find your list is auto populated here. The list name was project info. Now you can see here, this is project info. So the list is populated. Now I am ready to go further, right? Now the trigger is set up now. So it will identify as soon as a record in the project info is created, it will trigger. The flow will trigger. Now I will add an action, right? So this is the area where we will use approval stage. Now search approval. Okay. Now click on this approval trigger. Here you will find three options. Okay, I will tell you about three options in later sessions, but right now I will use start and wait for an approval. So once we will use start and wait for an approval, it will ask to choose what type of approval type you want to select. There are four types of approval types. One is approve reject, everyone must approve. That means the persons who are selected as an approver, everyone must approve for a request. And if you choose approve reject first respond, then it will the approval flow will complete as soon as a single approver approved or rejected the request. And the custom response is something that you can add more options irrespective of approve and reject. If you want more options like approve, reject, cancel, defer, like that options, then you can use this. And this customer response wait for all response is similar as everyone must approve, and custom response wait for one response is similar to first to respond. But the difference between these two is we can add more custom response in addition to approve or reject. Okay, so let us choose fast and respond, fast to respond. Now once I have chosen this approval type fast to respond, I can now give a title of this approval request. The title, let's say uh, the title will be the title will be approve, review the project entry. Okay, now I want to add the cost of the project in the title. So I will go here in the dynamic entry, dynamics content section. You can find cost, and this is the cost list column which is coming from this SharePoint trigger. So I can choose this, and here I want to assign someone. I can use the name here, who is a part of the organization. So let me choose myself here. So this person, I can also add other users after a semicolon. Okay, let me choose this one also. Okay, so there are two approvers I have assigned. So as soon as the list item will be created, the approval request will go to these two persons. Okay, now details I can give here something like that. Please review the project and act on it. Okay, now if you want to give a item link so that the approver can click that link to review the details list item, then you can give here. You can specify the link to item so that it will open that list item in another window. Right now, once it is done, now the approval will raise, and this step, the start and wait for an approval stage will wait till the approver will respond. Whether he approves or rejects, it will wait till that time. Now next stage is I want to do something. I want to check whether that person has been taken action or not. Right now I will choose again approval. Okay, I'll choose this, and here, sorry, I want to check a condition. Sorry, so once it is done, I want to check a condition. So I will take controls and I will choose condition here, and in this condition I want to select if this approval stage outcome is approve. Okay, this is the outcome column which is present in this start and wait for an approval step. If this outcome is equal to approve, okay, then if this satisfies this condition, then I want to update the value of the item as approved. So I will choose SharePoint, and this time I will choose an action called as update an item. Right now, for any update operation you need a ID, record ID. So I can choose this, and I can choose this ID, list item ID, which is available in this dynamic content, and I can choose the SharePoint site address. Again, if it will not display, I can copy that. You can store this in a variable if you want. Okay, choose custom value, and here choose the SharePoint list name, that is project info. Now it is updated. Okay, now if you want to update any title, then you can also update, but I don't want to update the title, right? So I can update this. So as this is mandatory, you have to give some value here, right? Although I don't want to update this title, as this is mandatory, you have to assign something. So we can assign the same title which is present here. Okay, sorry, not this one. This is from this outcome. This is the title. This is from when an item is created step, right? This is the trigger which contains all the list item values, right? Now once it is done, I will choose what approval status you want to update. You want to update as approved, right? Now I want to close. So if it is not approved, then I don't want to do anything right now. So I can do a step here to terminate the flow. Right. So it is succeeded. Then the flow is end. Now let me save it. Now I have designed an approval flow which will raise as soon as an item in this a list, project info list will be added, right? So let us see. So let me test this. Click automatically or click manually. Test this. Now it is asking to see it work now. Add a list item to SharePoint folder. So I will go here and try adding a new item. I'll say project Leica, and I'll give a description here. This is project crucial, and I'll press an value and I'll click save. As soon as I click save, the Power Automate will identify that an item has been created in the list in SharePoint and do the actions which has been specified here. Now the trigger is identified. Next it will start and wait for approval. Now if you go here in the mail, you will get an email, right? Because here it is still waiting, right, in this step. So let me refresh. Now here you can see I got an email that the subject is review the project entry, and this is the cost, and here it is giving two options, approve and reject. The link is given here. Someone can use the link to see the record. So let's click this. The approver can click that link from the email, Outlook email, and check the details data as a review process before he takes action as an approval, or he can approve and reject, but before that he has to review all these things. Now once he is okay and satisfied, he can just give approve here. Okay, give a comment here, okay, and click on submit. As soon as it is submitted, the flow will again test the response, and it will pass to the condition and it will terminate, right? Now if I'll go here, you can see the status is approved. Now this is how we can create a simple approval flow, so that we can associate any type of list item, or it may be Dynamics record, or it may be SharePoint record. We can associate a approval flow using Power Automate, right? So if it is if the action has been taken by approval by a single approver, then the status will be approved. Now you minded that I have taken two approvers here. If you go here, you will find I have taken two approvers, but once the single approver has taken action, now the flow completed. Okay, if you go here, you can copy this and check the code, and in the JSON format which is available here, you will find only one approver's response is available. Why it is completed? Because one approver taken action, because we have checked here, we have taken this condition as let me click on edit to show you. The condition we have taken is first to respond. Okay, first to respond means although there are multiple approvers, when some one approver will take action, then your flow will work completely, right? Now if you go to the code, also the JSON code which is available, you will find one response. Okay, The response object is an array. Although you will get one response, you will get the array which will contain all the which will contain the response from the user. This is approve and comment, right? Now this is how we can build approval flow. This is a beginner course, so we can have complexity inside Microsoft Power Automate. So we'll discuss other things in later videos. So thank you. If you have any comment, you can comment me so that I can solve your queries. Thank you guys.